From everyday consumer applications to large-scale commercial business, banking, public sector, national carriers and industrial operations, the world is experiencing rapid digital transformation with activities increasingly interconnected and data generated at an unprecedented scale.
Today's data is across many different places, whether it's in social media, websites, databases, and whatnot. And because it's across all different devices across the network, it becomes very overwhelming for organizations.
Managing the sheer volume and variety of data is becoming an increasing challenge for organizations that rely on it to make important business decisions. Here we are. Founded in 2003 and now a Cisco company, Rain Lim, Group Vice President of Asia at Splunk, explains how they help organizations search, analyze and visualize data in real time to maximize the value of that data.
Our vision is actually to create a safer and more digitally resilient world. What they have been able to do is to leverage the power of Splunk, how we're able to help them get data into a single place, whether is it in different servers or databases or through the network or over the edge.
One example of turning data complexity into effectiveness and delivering first-class operations and service can be seen in how Splunk helped Singapore Airlines.
They have put in all the data that they collect, whether is it across the self-service kiosks that you see, the check-in counters at the airport, or their websites or the mobile apps, and that helps them to respond to issues 75% faster and have 90% less back-end issues.
But accessing this bespoke data in the era of AI needs robust governance. Robert Pizzari from Splunk says this all begins with secure and clean data.
When generative AI was launched, what we saw is organizations wanting to plunge feet first. And often these first movers were getting into it and then realizing later, actually, what about securing the data? What about securing the infrastructure? How do we know that the models themselves have been produced by who has published them? AI requires clean data. And what I mean by clean data is if you put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. So the ability to have access to training data or to produce your own data or to work with third parties to help you construct those data sets is a prerequisite for any good AI program.
Failure to put in place sound data management, especially for finance and government entities, can bear a heavy cost.
From the regulatory front, it needs to be secured, it needs to be controlled by those that should have access to it. On the broader spectrum, they want to have the flexibility to be able to have data in different locations. When something goes wrong, trying to find that needle in the haystack is almost impossible. That then means that resources get called into war rooms, they end up spending hours combing through things, asking each other's questions, when actually if they had a well-organized data strategy, monitoring strategy, the answers could have been brought to them either proactively through the use of things like AI ops or even other forms of AI.
Beyond Splunk's unified data management platform, the company is also helping customers control and access data that unlocks innovation in their business. LG Electronics, for instance, are using the data to understand their customers better and achieve operational efficiency.
Over the years, they have actually leveraged the Splunk platform to help them in their AI initiatives. And one great example of that is they use the Splunk platform to track how their customers are using their refrigerators, washing machines, dryers, to help them understand how customers are leveraging the capabilities and features of those products so that will help them help guide them in the innovation of future products.
And Splunk is assisting businesses to keep up with rapid growth too, such as with Dana, one of Indonesia's largest e-wallet providers.
Progressively over the last couple of years, we've taken them to a state where operationally they're meeting their KPIs. The head of IT and operations will always bring us in when there's a firefight or a problem. So really, really proud to help someone at scale, growing from a very, very small business to something that's now quite large for that market.
Data management is the differentiator when it comes to successfully adopting AI and being future-ready. Splunk's spirit of innovation is at the forefront of unlocking the value of data by helping businesses leverage AI to improve efficiency, productivity and enterprise resilience.